Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Matt Lateplo, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you have joined us for our next live presentation from AYA Gold and Silver. Please note you can submit questions in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Alex Ball, Vice President, Corporate Development and Investor Relations of AYA Gold and Silver Inc., which trades on the OTCQX Best Market under the symbol AYASF and on the TSX under the symbol AYA. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be sharing this with you. Our timing is perfect. We're in the midst of a very tough market, but certainly our positioning is next level in terms of where we are of our build out. We took over the company about 3 years ago and have subsequently turned it around from zero to where we are today. We are building the largest silver mines on the planet in Morocco, which is a terrific jurisdiction. So I'll go into the next page, which is the forward-looking statements, and some of the things I will say today may have some forward-looking statements. As we go into the team, it's the ex-Semafo team, including Benoit Lassalle. Benoit Lassalle built Semafo from zero to about $3 billion market cap. We brought the band back together, and we included Mustafa Louafi to his left, who was the number 2 at OCP, the largest phosphate producer in Morocco. He's been terrific, and certainly he's critical to our success in country. Obviously, we are sourcing, procuring, doing a ton of stuff in Morocco, which is a wonderful jurisdiction, but certainly his ability to navigate government and permits, labor, etc., is critical to our success. The next slide speaks to the board and the depth of the board. Collectively, we own almost, with board insiders and management, north of 50% of the float. Very unique, obviously very deep board. We put our money where our mouth is. And it's pretty exclusive in terms of the depth of experience with the ladies that are on the board. They make up about 37% when you think about governance. But certainly we've been investing all along the way, $3, $6, $8. Today, we're roughly $7 per share, almost $1 billion of market cap, and we've been investing our money alongside of everybody else. A quick highlight of the timeline. We started about 3 years ago. Morocco was closed to everybody, and certainly what's happened is we now find ourselves in a very unique position, having turned the company around and being really the only player in Morocco that's producing and really exploring. We collectively accounted for about 75% of drilling last year in Morocco, which is a huge number, and we plan to double that next year. This slide is really interesting because it speaks to our uniqueness when we think about our comparable universe. We're the only pure play silver company on the planet, and which is very unique. So if you're looking for silver leverage, we're like an ETF on steroids. Others say they're silver producers, but they really aren't. They have 50%, sometimes 80% gold exposure. We only produce silver because the mine is pure native silver and high grade. Morocco is a wonderful place to operate. It's roughly the size of Canada, with 37 million people, very deep pool of knowledge and players. And obviously the belt, it's a copper, silver, gold belt that's never been explored and just is opening up. It's almost like being in the Greenstone Belt and being the number 1 company or number 1 permit. So really neat. It's top ranked by the Fraser Institute. So it's a really neat spot to be in. When you look at the next slide, you think about the mining policy, 3% royalty, 25% tax rate, very commercial. And like I said, very pro mining and easy to operate in. Morocco itself is a wonderful place to operate in. This is a picture of the topography in the belt, which is about 1,500 miles long, and the belt itself is incredibly prolific. Our flagship mine, Zuganda, is going to produce about 8 million ounces per year. That's like our ATM or money machine. And we have another asset called Boumadine, which is going to be lights out, just incredible. It has the potential to be much bigger than Zuganda. It's polymetallic in nature. And when you think about the rest of the belt, we're adding permits and real estate all around us because it's available. And certainly we're the only one really going after it very aggressively. But, we're going to have our our cash machine in Zuganda that prints about 8 million ounces of silver per year. And if you think about the cash cost in the order of $9.58 and silver at $22 silver, we're making a ton of money. And obviously, we're fully cashed up as we think about this to go after Boumadine, which has the potential to be multiples bigger than Zuganda. The cap structure is really interesting too. It's just over 100 million shares outstanding. Like I said, most of it's controlled by the board. It's very, very tight. So we will outperform when we find a bottom to the market. I think we're near there. And I think the upside is significant when you think about the leverage or the journalist money that can come into the stock. Obviously, we have $100 million of debt available to us. We've drawn down on $35 million. This is for the Zuganda build out from 2 million ounces to 8 million ounces per year. And it's with the European Development Bank, very low cost of capital, 7% cost of capital. So again, really neat spot, very tight cap structure, and lots of leverage to the silver price. We took over the company. We were operating at 45% utilization. Obviously, it's a very different company today. We are up at 90% utilization and very, the cream of the crop. We also measure ounces on a per share basis. We're adding ounces at lightning speed. And certainly when you think about when we arrived, there was 10 million ounces. Today, there's about 100 million ounces. And when you add in Boumadine over the next 2 years and increasing that resource, and certainly look at Zuganda, we're going to look at that arrow go up and to the right and with no dilution to shareholders. So we're in a neat spot. We're fully capitalized with roughly 60 million of net cash on our balance sheet. We produce about 2 million ounces per year. That's roughly 20 million of operating cash flow. And obviously, when we're up and running next year with Zuganda in 8 million ounces of silver production, the cash is going to come in it's going to be fairly impressive. We also have some of the top hits on the planet. Our intercepts are incredible. And certainly when you think about the intercepts with no byproduct carry, it's sensational. Our reserves and our resources are in the order of 100 million ounces. We grew this from 10 million ounces, and obviously we're going to go. The idea here is to grow satellites around it and grow this significantly more. This is just a snapshot of our resource statement, our feasibility study. It's a beautiful mine, Zuganda. It's going to print about 8 million ounces per year of pure silver. We're hoping to increase the duration, and obviously when you think about our cash cost in the order of $9.58, I think that's conservative. Obviously it's an 11-year mine life. We think we can increase that, but the NAV is impressive at $22 silver. And again, this assumes no debt. Obviously the IRR is much better than we see there. This is a high aerial view of the mine. You can see 30% of the resource will come from the open pit. That we're already stockpiling as we speak. It's a de-risking exercise as we reach or attain 8 million ounces or 2,000 tons per day. That's the nameplate capacity, and we're building this so we can increase that from there. This is an aerial shot of the gravity-assisted flow sheet. You see crushing platforms, milling platforms, leaching, reactor platforms, CCD platforms, and certainly the Merrill-Crowe. We're going to produce con out of this. We're already doing this in our current operations. We're just growing it. So there's no science to this. It's quite simple, and it's on time and on budget. The ESG is a big part of our fabric. Obviously, our debt is an ESG sourced loan with the European Development Bank. We can actually improve our economics based on some ESG factors. We're going to take our Scope 2 emissions down to near zero. Obviously, our governance is front of mind as well. We're sourcing 100% of our power from renewable sources. We tick all the boxes, to be honest with you. So it's at the forefront of everything we do. As I said before, the governance is a big part of our success. Obviously, we have 3 ladies on our board who are critical to what we're doing, and we adhere to all the highest standards. Obviously, we're also reaching out to the rating agencies as we turn the company around. It wasn't obvious 3 years ago, but today, as with the ESG linked debt, and certainly what we're doing on the ground, these agencies are now going to be coming after us in a good way to endorse what we're doing. Exploration is really the highlight for everybody, and this is why you own the company. And I would suggest that you're getting the exploration for free. When you think about Zuganda being the ATM or the base case, 100 million ounces, 8 million ounces per year, that's the base case. You're getting the rest of the portfolio for free, including Boumadine, which has the opportunity to be much, much bigger than Zugunder. This is a snapshot or a cartoon of Zugunder. You can see we've only drilled about 50% of the target. All of that is mineralized. Obviously, we have big cathedrals that are high grade and super high grade. The granite contact at the bottom, we're seeing super high grades near the granite. We're trying to figure it out. It takes time. We started this only 3 years ago and really starting to understand in the last 6 months. The idea is to go to the east and to the west and drill down to what we see at an analog mine down the belt. Managem has a mine that has produced 5 million ounces of silver for the last 50 years. The intention here, the objective is to find satellite deposits and get this from 11 years to 50 years. That's the objective. So there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of anomalies that look very interesting to us, and we're drilling them as we speak. This Zugonder mine is part of a larger complex that we control. So that little black oval at the bottom is Zugonder. We control this entire area where there's green shoots of gold. We see copper, we see silver everywhere. And the idea is to find satellite deposits all within trucking distance to the Zugonder mine that we intend to grow beyond 8 million ounces per year. Boumadine is really the next leg of growth that you're getting for free. We believe that it's really part of a massive system that spans over 4.2 kilometers. We've identified 6 kilometers. We've only drilled 4.2. It's from surface, and it's a polymetallic structure that looks beautiful. And we believe it's bookended by the potential of a copper porphyry. That's going to require more work to figure out, but certainly the tonnage is adding very, very fast. We have some incredible holes. We announced some holes a couple of weeks ago. Again, we're talking about, 1,000 kilos over 30 meters. Again, we're reporting on a silver equivalent basis, but certainly all our eggs are going into this basket because of the hits that we're getting. And, the objective here is to put a resource out in Q1 of next year ahead of PDAC and BMO. And I think investors will be pleasantly surprised. But again, we believe that it has the potential to be much, much bigger than Zugonder. This is just a snapshot of what we're seeing in terms of the side structure. Again, you're seeing it's like a fine plank that goes over 4.2 kilometers. It's highly enriched. The other sort of acquisition we made recently was in Morocco. It was a small complex near Zugonder. Again, we see potential for copper silver there, and it's within trucking distance. But again, this was a previous copper mine. We believe we've seen silver there. We've tested for silver. It's there. And we believe this could be very accretive to the Zugonder mine as well. With that, I'll wrap up by saying that we have a really neat company that's overcapitalized, well-positioned, offers tremendous growth, and will showcase results over the next 3 to 6 months. We're truly excited what we have, and we believe that investors getting involved today stand to make a lot of money as they sort of look through silver and the opportunity of silver, but certainly the growth potential of our company. Oftentimes, you have to get diluted to get to where we are. The risk of dilution is very minimal for us, and certainly when you think about the growth of being at close to anywhere between $700 and $1 billion in market cap, and the opportunity to double or triple that over the next year or 2 years is significant. So we're really well positioned. We're not going to do anything stupid. We're a team with over 100 years of cumulative experience, and our focus is drilling ounces and adding value to all investors. So with that, I'll stop there and answer any questions. Thank you so much.